Okay, now, last night I cut out a lot of this fencing pieces because I'm rearranging the cage for the pen area. All that brown you see across there is where they've eaten all the grass and everything else. I'm going to reclaim this, let some of the grass grow back up, do its thing, and as you see across this way, I'm taking the fencing on the other side of the tree right there, the cluster of them, because, well, we're going to cut the trees out here soon. And once we do that, then I'll probably readjust the fencing a little bit, not too much. And this is going to be their roam area, because on this side, I've already put straw down. There's a bunch more grass growing. I've gotten some old wire on the other side that I'm going to put across the other side of the cattle fencing, because my little Houdini goes through the fence and just wanders around. So we're going to put that across the bottom piece and keep him from doing his little Houdini routine. And the fencing that's here in the center, I haven't made my mind up completely yet, but I'm highly thinking about just cutting all this out in the center part of it and just making it like one huge large area. But then again, at the same time, I'm kind of on it, because that way if I do have another goat that's going to deliver, at least I can separate him this way. I might just leave it that way for now. I don't know. I haven't made my mind up yet. But where Booger's sitting at behind him, that was a temporary kind of weathering kind of structure for when it rained. They can go in there, stand without getting wet. Yeah, it's kind of ugly. It's an eyesore. Sometime in May, my stepdad is going to come over here and we're going to actually build an actual structure for him, kind of like how my shed was done. And that way, it'll probably be on the other side. Hell, we might just build on this side too. Say hell with it. But either way, we're putting a large, like a 15-foot by maybe 10 by 15 or 15 by 15 kind of like pavilion type thing in. So that way it gives them a place to go to out of the weather and everything else. Now, over here, in this large vast area of dirt where the grass is starting to come up, I'm going to prune. Let me undo my tightness on my bipod real quick. Man, pain in the butt. The walnut tree right here, I'm gonna have to cut that branch hanging out towards me out, because whenever I do cut down these wild cherries, we're gonna pull them this direction. Well, catty corner between my elderberry tree and my little tree there, we're gonna pull them in between those two pieces. And I already know whenever we do that, if that branch is hanging there like that, it's going to smack it, crush it, and snap it. So I'm just going to cut it flush with the tree, put some sealer on it, that way there's no infection. And that way whenever we cut down this cluster of wild cherry, I can cut them up in sections, and it'll be, 14 to 16 inch logs. I can add to my wood pile for wood burning material, and hell, they go up probably, I don't know, I'm guessing 30 feet or so up in the air. But yeah, I figure if I cut it down here soon before I put my other cherries in, this will eliminate some sun. Well, not sun. It'll eliminate some shade, and my other trees can get full sun, and everything on this side being happy-go-lucky. So that's my idea. Do you get the rake?
Yeah.
Where is it? Well, you see all this crud and crap down here? Just rake this up towards that way, towards the end. I put my kid on poop raking detail. Start from down there.
Right here?
Yeah. It don't have to be perfect. Just rake up as much as you can. Because once you get back in this area, it's going to be a lot, big old pile form of it, so. But yeah, I figured once we get all this area that I'm standing in, most of the poop raked up, it'll be a lot better. Then we have to get the wheelbarrow over here with the scoop shovel so we can use that for fertilizer around parts of the yard. Guess I'll get out of the way so he can get the poop raked up. It's a shitty job, but somebody got to do it. Don't rake it towards you, rake it this way. Then we'll have to get that pan out of the ground that they knocked over. Probably have to kick it. Just toss it over the fence so we can wash it out real good.
Worm.
It's okay. Worms gotta eat too. All that goat poop. Looks like rabbit poop almost, don't it?
Isn't this just the same size as?
Yeah, same size as rabbit poop. Maybe a little bit bigger, but not by much.
There's a lot more of it.
Well, yeah, they poop 24/7. Rabbits, so rabbits only poop every so often. Hell, goats walk, eat, and poop at the same time.
No, she's smart. She's over there laying in the shade.
Oh yeah. Oop. But yeah, this is part of the things we're doing today. We're going to restructure this bench. I think I got one more section piece to go.
Down in that corner.
Yeah. I'm going to put that one more piece in after you get that raked up, and just toss all that crap over the fence. And once we get the other piece picked up and put on, like I said, we won't let them over here completely, but we will some, so we can go to Roll King and I can get some wire binding to strengthen up that stuff on there and make it a little more tighter.
Maybe even a place for sawzall or whatever. They should have one.
Oh, they'll have them. I imagine they will.
I was gonna ask if you said scoop them all the way over there. I was gonna ask if you scoop them like over here.
That's fine.
Because all it's gonna do is make more fertilizer for grass.
Figure since the kids are out of school, I'll make one of them work anyway. Of course, my wife says all the time I show favoritism because I do a lot of stuff for him and not as much as for the other one. And like I tell my wife all the time, well, if the other one gets off his ass and does stuff around the house and does things around the yard, it'd be a different story. But he wants to sit on his ass and do nothing and expect to get stuff, and I just don't do that. I'm sorry. It don't happen. You know, and she's all the time, well, you show favoritism. You show favoritism. And I tell her sometimes I don't. The other day I told her I did. And she's like, well, why is that? I said, well, if the other one would get off his ass and do something when I asked him to, it'd be a different story. But you ask him to do something that's so that's why I don't do anything with him. Well, not really with him, but for him. You ask him to do minor house stuff around the house, like wash dishes and stuff. Well, I did it the other day. The other day, you know, to him is like, you know, just basically the other day, but for me it's like about a month ago he might have done something, and you know, he expects everything to be hunky-dory.
There's only one bad thing about if you take that down.
Well, I wasn't going to take it down, but I might just leave it up for the time being.
I was going to say if you get bad things is they could just get on the house and hop over.
Well, if I take the fence down, I'm taking the whole this fence and everything down. I'll take the whole thing down. But I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, you've seen what we're doing today. Like I said, this big old grassy knoll that used to be a grassy knoll that's all cut out and it looks like a baseball field. This is going to be where, well, I got to cut out that group of wild cherries. I got to trim up the one branch from my walnut tree, and then right across here throw some good fertilizer down and I'll probably put my cherry tree about where this pole is, but angled a little bit towards the center, and then put my other cherry tree down there 15 or 20 feet on the other side of it, going towards that marshy looking area, that back, but where the grass is nice and good, and so that way they'll be angle formed. There's a couple more trees we're going to work on trimming up and cutting out, so it's no super big deal. So, but until I get these wild cherries cut out, and here in a second I'll show you what I'm talking about. Take out the camera bipod. We'll take it all the way up. And as you can see, there's a lot of shade there when everything's fully grown out and everything else. And that would shade a lot of this area across here. Now during this time of day, mid-afternoon, full sun. But anything from 9 o'clock till 12 o'clock in the afternoon, all this is shaded. And I want the trees to get morning sun along with afternoon sun. And like I said, this is the south, that's the east, that's the west, and back towards me to the north. So I get a lot of southern sunshine, so everything should be great and hunky-dory. Well, I'm going to turn it off and get back to doing what we got to do so we can get our butts out of here and start on some other projects. Y'all take it easy, take it sleazy. I'll catch you later.